Drew and Stu are on the air.
Ready?
Whether you're fading with Drew or riding with Cam, this is the place to get your weekly NFL picks. Presented by Sports Interaction, Canada's sportsbook.
Everything you got, let's go.
Hello and welcome to the Week 17 Best Bets Show. I'm Drew Livingstone. That's Cam Stewart. This is the Drew and Stu podcast brought to you by Sports Interaction. All of our lines and props are powered by Sports Interaction, Canada's sportsbook. 19 plus, please play responsibly. Cam, so many changes, so many injuries. We got Jarrett Stidham starting at quarterback for the Las Vegas Raiders. They're just letting Derek Carr leave the team. They're essentially saying you're no longer a quarterback. See you later. And then we find out it wasn't even the coach McDaniels. It was Mark Davis from way up top. What's going on, Cam?
Yeah, I don't care. I don't care if Mark Davis doesn't have his fingers on it. He's got his fingers on it. Let me tell you guys something out there from a guy. I might be an old guy, but it's not my first rodeo. And I'll tell you something. McDaniels is a stooge. The thing is, Derek Carr and Davante Adams played together at Fresno State. Now you've ruined a receiver and a quarterback combo. You think Jarrett Stidham's the answer? I don't know what you're doing, Raiders. You had a good coach in Brasaccia Bread. You were in the red zone against the Bengals in a playoff game, and all he did was do well. And now you're throwing these numbnuts out there? Anyway, I don't want to get into it. Me and you drunk could run the Raiders better. This organization's a train wreck. If I was a fan of their team, I'd lose my mind because I'm telling you, Drew, this is just real. No, this is not just stupid. Davante Adams might say, you know what? See you later. You guys stiff my buddy. I'm gone.
They're ruining their franchise. Away. One of my friends is a big Raiders fan, and he even said, he's like, I don't know what to do. Like, how do I cheer for this team when they're just ruining it? Like, now they're benching Darren Waller for Moreau, and I was like, what? So, like, who's their quarterback next season? They're hoping that Rodgers gets traded, or like Brady decides to go to Vegas.
Stidham's not a starter. He's a backup. We'll see him play, and you know what? This is a great test against a defense like San Francisco, Drew. If he finishes the game, I'll give him a B or better.
Even just if he finishes.
Yeah. Like he might not even get through this game. That's how good you saw what San Francisco did. The Heineken beers last night and everybody else they play. Quarterbacks don't do well against San Francisco, especially young ones that have no experience. Good luck, Stidham. This will be fun.
Yeah, what a mess. And I'll apologize to all the commenters calling me out because I mentioned that the Jacksonville Jaguars and Titans needed to win this week, and they don't. Doesn't matter. Both meaningless games.
You win, but yeah, they're going to meet each other in the final week, and then we'll decide things.
So it means nothing, but settle down in the comments calling me out. One guy said I'm the Nathaniel Hackett of football picks because I said that. I was like, whoa.
Nice, guys.
I was like, whoa, let's settle down here. But yeah.
Tommy trolls are out there. Hey, guys, here's the deal. You can be nice to people in the world today. You know what I mean? Like,
you can't.
I go on these chats. No one even cares about questions or anything anymore. Hey, how's my bets? You know what? I used to call in my bets on a damn phone and meet my bookie at the Burger King with envelopes, guys. Just relax. And I'll tell you another thing. When a guy gets hurt in a game, there was no refunds back then. Oh my God, I get a refund.
You like that? How books are like, oh yeah, here's your money back. Yeah,
here's another thing. Ever did that. You could take an under. You don't have to take an over on every guy. You ever mention that? Here's another thing. I talked about it on a show with Pizzola and Mayo today, too, Drew. Just because you have the over and a guy gets hurt doesn't give you the right to get the money back. You know how many times I've been stiffed on these things? Back in the day, they didn't even care. I've had golf guys who hit one shot, Jason Day. Oh, I got vertigo. Yeah, bye. Money
they don't
gone.
Give you money back.
The tournament.
Yeah, no chance.
So anyway, guys, I'm going to tell you, I love everyone, but chill out on Drew. Chill out on everybody in the game.
I got nicer hair than Hackett, okay, guys? That's all I got to say.
And you just discovered shaving cream instead of hot water and soap. Another win for you. I don't think Nate Hackett knows what a razor is. Anyway, let's continue.
Yeah, let's continue. Let's get in. So the Thursday nighter last night, Cam, Dobbs started. We couldn't switch our picks. I was on Dallas. You were on the Titans. So we don't know if they cover or not because we're filming Thursday evening. So hopefully the Titans covered for you. Hopefully Dallas covered for me. We got it at 10.5. It was 13.5 at kickoff. So we'll see how that went. We'll get into our changes before our minnow picks, Cam. My one change, I'm going off the Browns to the Washington Commanders. You convinced me. A lot of other people have convinced me. I can't trust Deshaun Watson, the Cleveland Browns on the road. I know Carson Wentz is starting, which people are like, oh, Wentz is way worse than Heineke. Is he? The line's probably the same if Heineke's starting. Let's be honest.
Here's the thing. Carson Wentz is a little less mobile, but he also has more experience. Basically, Drew, it's 1A and 1B. Not one guy is better than the other. Both are going to screw up and make mistakes usually in the game. But the thing is, the Cleveland Browns are just that bad. Deshaun Watson's playing horribly. They can't. Stefanski's a stooge. He doesn't know how to run that team properly. But anyway, I'm taking Washington too. I hope we're right.
Yeah. Okay. So that was my switch. Your one switch, Cam. You're getting off of the Philadelphia Eagles despite Jalen Hurts getting in a limited practice on Thursday, which means he could play. We'll see. I doubt they play him. But tell us why.
Well, you just mentioned it, Drew. Here's the thing. Philadelphia played really well against Dallas. There was fumbles at the end of the game. They should have covered, right? We were both on them that week. That was a screw job with the field goal. But the Saints, for all they're doing, they're getting 6.5 points in this game, and I don't think Hurts plays. I like Minshew. He's a very, very serviceable backup. I know I defend all backup quarterbacks, but he's at the top of the food chain when it comes to backups. He knows what's going on. But the Eagles, they got to worry about the playoffs. They have bigger fish to fry. It seems like a letdown spot for me. Hey, if they win by 7, they beat me. I'm getting 6.5. Small change to the Saints in this one, Drew. I don't love the game, but I usually want to change one thing. That's the only thing that stuck out.
What happens if Minnesota beats Green Bay, like we both think? Philly somehow loses to New Orleans, and then the season's on the line for that 1 seed in week 17 or week 18, because if Philly
then he'll play in week 18.
Yeah, you think
no
they'll
matter
force him
what's
to play?
Going on.
Yeah,
exactly. That's what's happening.
I don't know. Do you rush him back for injury for the 1 seed? Like, is that worth
it? Yes. I don't think he's. I just think you got to be cautious with him until you don't need to be cautious anymore.
Yeah,
that's
why I could see him playing like maybe like a half this week, so that they can get the 1 seed and then just sitting the second half out like some nonsense.
1 seeds are important, Drew, as we talked about it, and we will foreshadowing in the mineral picks with a team that I think needs home field advantage before they go far. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Yeah, I agree with you. Okay, let's get into our mineral picks then, Cam. Then we'll get into some props and the survivor talk that people always want, even though it's week 17. So if you're still alive, you should have won your pool by now, in my mind. Mine ended 2 weeks ago. All right, Cam, let's start with your bronze pick. Do you want me to start? Or do you want to start?
Actually, Drew, why don't you start? I got to show you this jacket I found in my closet too. You're going to love this one. Oh, it's pure. It's putty from Seinfeld 8 Ball, but you're going to love this. Take a look at this coat.
I will. Okay, well, I'll share my bronze with the viewers while you're going to get his jacket. Wait for a second. Okay, I'm waiting. Okay, let's just wait for Cam to get back with his jacket. Little hint, my bronze pick is going to be Tom Brady and the Buccaneers. I'll explain to Cam why. I don't understand his reference for this jacket. Let's see what he's talking about. Hold on. Oh, the NFC? Is that the NFC logo? Oh, the Seahawks logo. The old starter jacket.
One, not bad, eh? That's like talk to the 8 Ball.
I like it. I like it. Did you win the Super Bowl in that jacket? That's like old school. Fix your collar there, buddy. Yeah.
Where do I put this thing? I put in the zipper. Maybe
you're gonna break the mic, 100%.
Yeah, that'll work.
Will it?
Take a look here. Can you hear me? Is it okay?
Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you fine.
I'll try not to move too much. You like this coat?
Yeah, but you got the Count Dracula collar on one side and then the collar tucked in on the other side. So you're
sorry, I apologize.
Is that where did you get that jacket?
Oh, a listener gave it to me a long time ago. I just found I was cleaning out some stuff. I'm like, yeah, I got the putty Seahawks coat right here, ready to go, baby. Even though I'm betting on the Jets this week.
That's like old school, like Seattle original Super Bowl.
No, but that's still the NFC. Like I have an old bomber jacket. Drew, like, you know, those shiny starter ones?
With
Sammy the Seahawk on the side and whatever.
That's what I thought it was at first.
It's the AFC. Yeah, anyway, So anyway, I thought I'd dress up. I didn't dress up for Christmas, so this is as good as it gets.
You look like you're about to go to the sports book and just lay $300 on the Seahawks and then just be pissed when they lose.
That's even though I'm betting the Jets, I'm tricking everyone.
Exactly. You're gonna be like the secret guy who's just like, yes, come on, Jets. Like all the Seahawks fan around you. All right, Cam, my bronze pick is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Speaking of NFC, I think Tom Brady and the Bucs lock up the division with a win this week, and I think I know they don't look like they can blow someone out, but I think they blow Carolina out. I think it's time for Tom Brady and that team to flex their muscles, and the NFL Illuminati wants them to host the playoff game, Cam. They just want it to happen, so somehow there's going to be some crazy flags, and all they have to do is win by 3 points, so I love them as my bronze pick.
My bronze pick will be, as aforementioned, the New York Jets minus 1.5 against Seattle. I love the Seahawks, and I've been really happy what they've done this year. But let's think about the future. A lot of young kids on this team. It's good. We got to decide what we're going to do with Geno Smith, probably at the second half of the year. Not a great starter after a very good start, Drew, but very happy with the draft as all the players are playing. But the one thing the Jets have is Sauce Gardner and Mike White's an upgrade. I like the Jets minus 1.5. They should go into Seattle and win this game by a touchdown. Bronze pick.
Would you take Derek Carr as your starting quarterback in Seattle next season?
Yes, I would.
Yeah, I would too over Geno Smith. I think with those weapons and that running game.
Derek Carr's not a bad quarterback. Is it Derek Carr's fault that the Raiders have blown more double-digit leads than the worst fourth quarter team?
It's crazy how like the defense never gets blamed or the coaches never blamed. Honestly, it's like, it's Derek Carr's fault.
These takes are so stupid. Like, watch a game. It's not Derek Carr's fault as they blow a 17-point lead. He did what he did. Derek Carr is a fine quarterback.
We talk about Jared Goff being middle of the level quarterback. I'd put Derek Carr in like the upper tier of quarterbacks.
I agree.
He's like arguably top 12.
He is a top 10 quarterback, in my opinion, right at around 9 or 10. That's
yeah,
my opinion.
I agree. He's in that range. So I think he's going to get paid this offseason if they let him walk, and it's going to be a terrible decision. But all right, my silver pick, Cam, is the Pittsburgh Steelers +3. I know it's moved to 2.5, but I got it at +3, so I'm picking it at +3. I think they win this game outright if Lamar doesn't play. It doesn't look like he's going to play because I see him tweeting when they're supposed to be practicing. So I'm like, okay, well, clearly this guy isn't getting ready for this game. So I think the Steelers win this game outright and keep their playoff hopes alive. So give me the Pittsburgh Steelers +3. What is your silver?
I'm going to go with Buffalo Bill. I think it's now -1, but I think I got to take 1.5. I'll still take it. As I mentioned before, Drew, the Bills will play this game like it's the AFC Championship game. They need that home field. And I know the Bengals are great, but I expect the best effort from the Bills. Also, key injuries on the Bengals offensive line. A couple of their pass rushers are banged up. They'll play. But you know what? I got to tell you, I love Buffalo in this spot. I think they win this game by like 6 points. All they got to do is win, basically. Give me Buffalo Bill silver.
I love it, Cam, because my gold pick is the Bills -1.5. It's crazy to think. People are going to be like, you're crazy. The Bengals are going to beat them. I saw
crazy.
The NFL analysts take 8 out of 10 of them took the Bengals outright in this game. I just don't see it. I think both defenses are playing very well lately. I know Josh Allen has struggled in the passing game over recent weeks, but so has Burrow. Burrow's got 6 picks over his last 6 games. I think this could be surprisingly low scoring. I would take the under in this game as well, but I think the Bills win this game 27-24, 27-20, something like that, or even lower. Actually, I'd say 23-17 because it's going to go under the number. And I just think that the Bills lock this up. Josh Allen's played well on Monday Night Footballs throughout his career, and I think this is like the biggest game the Bills have had in, like biggest regular season game the Bills have had in probably 20 years. And the Bengals, they also need to win next week to win their division. So if they lose this game, it's fine because they can just beat the Ravens to win their division next week, the AFC North. So I don't think this matters to them as much as it does the Bills. People are gonna be like, oh, well, they could still get the 1 seed. If they hop the Chiefs lose. It doesn't matter. Give me the Bills -1.5 as my gold, Cam.
Love it. And I'm going to go with my gold, Drew. It wouldn't be a Drew and Stu show without me taking a real ugly dog with rabies that nobody wants. I'm taking the Houston Texans 4.5.
Oh my goodness, as your gold?
Jacksonville. Yeah, damn right, it's gold. I'll make it platinum. I think Houston can beat Jacksonville outright. I think this is going to be a good spot for Houston. They've covered. Drew, let's take a look at what Houston's done. They beat Tennessee outright. They covered against the Chiefs and the Cowboys. Something has changed in Houston. These guys are not quitting. They might lose, but they have to lose by more than 5. I got 4 in the hook. Important number. Even if they lose by 4, I win by that hook. As that line has gone from 4.5 to 4, we bet it earlier this week, and I'm sticking with it. Give me the Houston Texans upset potential, sprinkle on the money line. If
you're the Jacksonville Jaguars, with this game essentially meaning nothing, do you rest?
That's what
some
I'm talking
guys?
about. The thing is, I don't really look at that stuff because I believe all professionals play for their wives.
No, but if you're the team, you rest the players. Like the Titans sat out Derrick Henry because they knew the game meant nothing.
Todd Peterson can say whatever he wants. If things are whatever, like he'll look, and if Lawrence takes a couple hits, Drew, I can tell you one thing. He's going to protect his assets. These guys are going to start, but if he sees things aren't going very well, I have a feeling it's like, you know what? We have a huge game. We're favored. You looked at the look-ahead line. What are they, -5.5 or 6 already? They should beat these guys due to the Titans injuries. Yes. That's another reason I'm taking Houston, Drew. There's a lot of things to like about the Texans this week. As crazy as that
wink,
sounds.
Wink, nudge, nudge. I will be on the Titans next week against Jacksonville. Just a little sneak peek. I think they win that game and win the division and upset all these Jaguars backers and all these Jaguars Super Bowl tickets.
Okay, Drew. Okay. Whatever you say, buddy. Whatever you say.
Hey, question for you. What do you think of the Chargers Super Bowl outright at 16-1? Do they have too big of a road to go through? I'm looking at like future, like weird
value
tickets to take.
Yeah, the thing is, you can't. San Francisco, no value. Philadelphia, no value. Buffalo, no value. Cincinnati, none. Yes, out of all the teams, the one thing about the Chargers is, even though the running game has not been consistent and the defense can be hot and cold, Herbert can get on a heater for a while. Like if there's one team I was going to take, I don't think they're going to do it, but Drew, at 16-1, it's a good, like it's one of those ones. It's a good number.
What do you think is more value though? Taking them at the 16-1 or taking them as the money line underdog in all 3 of those games that would take them to get there? Like, would you think rolling the money lines is probably worth more?
Yes. If you do the math, you could already, but why don't you just do both? Because I don't know. Like,
let's say it's LA Cincy round 1. What do you think the line is? Cincy -4.5?
Yeah, 4.5. Yeah.
So that's probably
plus 200.
Yeah.
Plus 200 change.
And then let's say they go to Buffalo round 2.
Oh, they'll be like +6.
-7. Yeah, 6.5.
Plus 240. So times that, and then one more.
And then, let's say it's KC in the AFC Championship game. They're probably 6-point dogs again. So, you're probably getting like 22, 23-1 if you just roll the money lines.
Bingo. Do both. Have fun.
Yeah, dude. I mean, it is. I always hate doing the money line rollover because I'm like, oh, I just won $300 and I'm winning. I'm not putting this $300 in them to win again. Like,
it's another tip. It's another tip for all you guys out there, even though you're like ripping Drew, like be nice to the guy. He's a good guy. I've known him my whole life. I won a prosciutto and a bottle of whiskey at a stag. So just lay off the guy. He's got kids and stuff too. He's got a lot on his mind.
Don't worry, Cam. I can defend myself. The comments.
Oh no, you can defend yourself. I don't even enter chats and whatever because I love people. I don't want to fight with people and stuff gets me angry. Anyway, let's not get into this.
Yeah,
just a wise tip for new gamblers though. When you're doing teasers, always do both. Do the teaser and the money line parlay and find out the better math. Like, don't just assume it's one. Like, it's something to do. Hey, if you're $100, $200, $500 better, that $20 here, $30 here, $40 here, over time, it adds up to thousands. So just a little tip if you're new to the business, just do the math, go, here's the teaser, basically bringing both teams to win the game, or you do the money line parlay. Because a lot of the time, Drew, the math's off. Just a little tip.
Yeah, a lot of the time, money line parlays are better than the teasers. And they're
bingo.
And teasers don't win as much as people think. People are like, "Oh wow, I got this team plus 13," and all of a sudden, they lost by 14.
I used to deal with this bookie, Drew. I went to his wedding. I remember he's just that guy's up. He goes, "Hey Cam," I go, "What? What's going on there?" Al, he goes, "Teasers keep the lights on in Vegas." Like,
yeah, 100%.
After I heard that, I'm like, yeah, no, like they look so good. They're called teasers for a reason. It's like nothing's free in this world.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, Cam, let's talk about some props, some anytime touchdowns. What do you got cooking this weekend in the prop game?
I got Josh Allen over 45.5 rushing. I'm also going to take Josh Allen anytime touchdown plus 140. Drew, I'm going to double up. Not huge plays, but I got to believe if the Bills win this game, he goes bananas and takes off and does anything he wants to do in that spot. I think plus 140 for an anytime touchdown is great. I also like Drake London over receiving yards for the Atlanta Falcons on carpet.
He is getting all the targits. I will give you that.
You're damn right he is. And his numbers are really, really low. So what is it right now? I think it was like 50.5. Can you find it for me, Drew?
It's 49.5. I had it on.
Oh, wow, good. See this guy. See, guys, you're mocking Drew. Like I don't even have the number in front of me. This guy's got stats. London calling. Give me the over 49.5. He's good for 75.
My two favorite props of the week, Cam. Brian Robinson, anytime touchdown is plus 160. I think Brian Robinson runs all over the Browns. I will take his rushing prop once it's released as well. I'm assuming it'll be like 62, 63 yards. I want that too.
Good pick.
So I'll be taking those, and then I'll be taking Kirk Cousins over his passing number and over 1.5 touchdowns. I think the Vikings can blow the Packers out in this game. I think it's time that the Green Bay fantasy train of making the playoffs comes to an end. I think this is the last stop. And I know Kirk Cousins and the Vikings always just barely win close games, but even if this is close, I think they put up 27, 30 points, which means he's going to go over all those numbers.
I know we do gold, silver, and bronze, but additional minerals, meaning titanium, Minnesota +3, and Washington -1.5, make my 5 mineral count.
Little 5 spread parlay. I don't know about that.
I'm going to put away. I will definitely play all those games in a parlay. I'll go Bills money line, Houston +4.5. Jets, I'll just do the money line because if they win by 1, I'll snap. Minnesota plus the 3 and Washington money line. So I'm going
to. I do like Minnesota money line and Pittsburgh money line as like the 2 underdogs I like this week, and I like Buffalo alt spread -9.5. I think if they win this game, they could blow them out.
I agree,
and it's plus 250 -9.5. I don't mind that at all. All right, Sir Cam, Survivor picks. There's not a lot left to choose, but if you're going Survivor, I think you got to go. Like maybe you have the Patriots left against Teddy Bridgewater.
Oh no!
You don't trust that?
No. I got balls for you, Drew. You
don't say Houston.
No, I'm not going to say Houston.
Okay, I thought you were going to say Houston.
No. That there's a big difference between having stones and being insane. I'm going to say if you have Jets, I think the Jets are going to beat the Seahawks. I think actually, you know what the best one is, guys? The Giants. If you have the Giants left over against the Colts, that's the best one. I don't know if everyone's used the Giants yet.
But you're not worried about over 85% of the public now being on the Giants?
They'll win. Maybe they'll win and not cover. And another one I'd take is Commanders. So I'd take Washington, Giants, Jets.
Yeah, all right. I'd say
maybe Frank Falcon if you're feeling really ballsy.
Fair. I do like it. I think the Jets and Patriots both win this week as well, so I'd probably go with one of them, but I wouldn't like it. Like this is like stress territory. Like you have no idea.
I got an idea. If you're still live in a Survivor pool, there's a lot of money on the line. Like
I know someone won 55 grand in my Survivor pool last week on the Chargers on Monday night. I was like, this guy. I like, how do you hedge that? Like that's too much money to even hedge. Like I don't even know.
No, you can do it. You just got to have a lot of friends. Just call around 5,000 here, 5,000 here. Like,
but do you do it? Or I guess you have to do it. Like if I had that much money
it depends.
on the line.
Well, I think hedging's an individual thing. You have bills to pay and like kids and stuff. Sometimes you need like 20 grand. Yeah. But if you want to be a young guy. And
so what it was, Cam, is two of them had already lost that week. So if he lost the game, they were splitting the 55. So they were each getting, I think it's 7. It was like 17 or something like that.
Okay.
So either way, if they lost the game, he was still getting that amount of money. But if they won, he was getting 55. Which they did win. So like, it's not even that big of a hedge because you're getting 17 either way.
Yeah.
So maybe figure out a way to max out your credit cards. I don't know. It's not a game I like playing. But if I had to, I don't know. Well, I'd figure it out. Anyways, Cam, New Year's resolution.
If I walked into your store with this coat, you think I'm like, what would you think? You think I'm a little bit of a psycho or?
No, I'd say, hey, you from the movie Rudy? Is that you? Are you the guy who just made the team?
No, I was in the supermarket the other day. He's like, "Are you Cam Stewart?" I go, "Yeah." He goes, "Where'd you get that coat?" I go, "I found it in my closet." So it was kind of funny. I'm an easy guy to pick out, Drew. I could never be a killer, eh? Like imagine the first day on the lam. Like where would I go? I'd have to live in a hole.
You'd have to like wear a ski mask the whole time. They'd be like, weirdo wearing a ski mask.
I'd have to get cosmetic surgery, do the blonde eyebrows. Like what? I'm done. Like the first
even
day
you with like a long
toast.
blonde hair wig would be funny to me because like you wouldn't fit in. You'd be like, who the hell's this guy with a wig on? Like
I'd look like just a weird hippie dude. Like stoner.
I did have someone recognize me at the gym the other day. It was pretty weird.
Nice.
I'm like working out and they're like, hey, are you Drew from SDPN? I'm like, yeah. Nice to meet you, man.
You.
Leave me alone.
Yeah.
Like I just want to know how to nicely tell
you be
someone.
nice to the people.
Oh no, 100%.
Yeah.
But
the guy's like, he asked me a fantasy question. I'm like, hey, dude, it's your life. That's another thing, though. Guys,
I hate that. I feel so bad when they ask me that because I'm like, I'm gonna give you my advice, but then you're gonna blame me if it's wrong.
I should give them like the worst advice and go do the opposite. Just don't listen to me because I'm not going to be responsible for you losing money. Sorry, but then again, they can listen to the show and the picks and they can do whatever the hell they want.
All right, Cam, your New Year's resolution. It'll be Happy New Year by the time we film next week. 2023. Isn't that crazy? What's your New Year's resolution this year before we get out of here?
Drink less.
Drink less.
Work less. Drink less and work less. Are my two New Year's
football
resolution.
season coming to an end, you will be working less, right? You'll have more time to relax.
Relax. You haven't seen my house, Drew. It's a disaster. It's going to cost about 70 grand. Like you haven't seen the snakes and the cords and the carpets. Like my place, I've basically trashed my own home. Like it's all the equipment I have. Yeah, I need home repair, so I better win some money.
Well, if you need a hand, I'm always here to help, Cam.
Did you fix a furnace? You weren't there when my heat was off.
One of my best friends owns an HVAC company, so
that would have been nice to know on Christmas, Drew. That would have been nice to know.
You should have texted me, man.
Yeah, I should have. No, what? I didn't know. I don't know anybody in HVAC. Okay.
Well, if you still need anything, if it's still not fixed or anything, I'll get you some good deals.
It's fixed. But
I would have probably saved you.
Does your boy clean? Does he clean ducks? Does he do ducks?
I'm sure you'll get a scammer call here in the next 2 days about that. So,
hi, Cam. I clean ducks. Next thing you know, guy's in my house with a gun and a balaclava. I enjoyed your podcast. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Where's that money you were going to use to hedge on that
Exactly.
All right, everybody.
Find the money. It's buried in the backyard.
My New Year's resolution is going to be not to bet on any underdogs anymore because I get too enthralled by the plus money. I'm like, throw some money on that money line.
No, Andrew, I love you. That's a horrible New Year's resolution. Now I'm on the troll side there. You're going to have to keep betting underdogs.
I know. I just hate doing it. All right,
betting favorites is worse. You got to win by a number. At least with dogs, you're getting.
I know. I'm just saying. I just meant like adding that extra game to the parlay where it's minus 800 just to juice it, and then that minus 800 team loses. That's
how about a New Year's resolution? Like be like a better father or something like that.
But I'm a great father already, Cam. I can pat myself on the back. Anyways, Cam, let's get out of here.
Yes.
Happy New Year to all the viewers and listeners. Please download the podcast everywhere you find your audio podcast. Click like and subscribe on YouTube. And we will see you next week for week 18, otherwise known as the rest season, where who knows who's playing quarterback, who knows who's coaching, who knows anything that's going on in the NFL. But the playoffs will be exciting. We will see you next week.
This has been Drew and Stu, presented by Sports Interaction, Canada's Sportsbook. Follow Drew at Producer Drew and Cam at Cam Stewart Live. May the winners be yours and all of the best bets hit.